now.
Is Justin at the concert then?
He's at city meetings.
Oh, yeah. If we're gonna have a school board and a concert or something else, you're gonna have a school board, only parking. So we can park right up.
Mark it off. You know, when we were scrambling for dates,
Yeah, I know. It's hard to be everywhere.
but I didn't look at the calendar. I mean, I just knew Wednesday, potential game. Win or not, Thursday, nothing's going on Thursday.
Well,
Think about that.
for what it's worth, I subbed for study all today, and I had a number of the kids come and said, I guess we got a concert tonight, can I get on?
Yeah.
Hey, we had a concert.
Jason said you were his teacher today.
Yeah. I've been had a busy week.
I bet.
I'm gonna get tomorrow, I'll be 3.5 days this week.
No way.
It's almost like full time.
Wow.
You might sleep the whole weekend.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna need some recovery.
Yeah.
Gonna need some recovery.
He's got some
But-
retired.
Well, you know, last week I thought, oh, we'll stay rested. I'll be in a couple of days for sure, because we'll be, you know, people will be gone. And I was supposed to be cast on Thursday, and then he didn't go because of the weather. They just said the pet bus for the weather, so that cast out. They didn't do it on Friday either, so I didn't get it all.
Recess all day.
Yeah, it should be nice out.
Like I told him, man,
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Recess.
it's probably, I'm in more than I wanted to be this week. I really didn't have anything to do at home anyway. I mean, and having a big project is like, oh, yeah, I really gotta get this done. And you never know, I may not be in and out for another.
But it sounds like- Sounds like it's moving.
Then again, I might be in every day.
Yep.
All
right, we'll call to order. Ashley, you wanna do a roll call?
Yes. All right. Director Lee,
Here?
Director Burke.
Here.
Director Clayton.
Here.
Director Greer,
Here.
Director Steiner.
Here.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll make a motion to, did you read this on here? I make a motion to accept and approve the agenda as presented.
I'll second. Got a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Open forum, hearings, you're good. All right, but old business. Consider and
All right, got the minutes in there and all the reports. Let me know if you have any questions on the activity or the board bills. You ask me those questions anytime. Melissa has a little note in there on the accounts for activities. Please let me know if you have any questions on the statement of revenues or expenditures. It's, again, looking pretty good at this time of year. We do know that our management's gonna be a little low. I'm kind of predicting that we might end up in the black. That would be nice, but obviously with the budget season upon us, I'm budgeting more in that direction. There's just, as we've talked about before, so many increases to our insurance and all those other things. It's been hard to nail down. The other one I wanted to let you look at is the PEPAL on the second page of that one. As of right now, you know, we're projecting to have a good end of the year balance. But we do have the 2 buses that'll be coming out there, and during Justin's report, I'll talk about another money thing, but although we're predicting to end up there, it's probably gonna be a little lower because we've got some expenses coming out of there, but it still looks to be in good shape. The key measures report, there's a lot going on in there. You know, when you trace the years over to our projected FY '56, they are pretty solid. They continue to be similar throughout. And so that is good. When you get to the last box at the certified budget comparison versus the projected, that is the one tells us if we need to redo our certified budget for this current year. So we will be doing that, as you can see, in April or May. So it's just nothing to do with having negative dollars. It's the authority we put in those boxes was not enough. So we'll be all right there. And as we get closer to the end of the year, we'll be able to see more and more how well we're doing. And we knew we were gonna have to do it because of how the expenses came out with our building project. So we knew that was gonna happen. Nothing too earth-shattering there, thank goodness. Any questions?
On the budget for the activity, fund, if they're coming up with, show choir, and there's no money in there, how are we gonna do that? You gotta,
I think they just work the concessions.
I mean, that's only in a week though, 2 weeks. Show choir.
It's on Melissa's somewhere.
So the show choir is negative going into jubilation.
Okay, so, and just remember that this report, only goes through January,
Okay,
because obviously it always goes through the previous month. So there's probably, sponsorship checks that
so
are
they're
not showing in
showing,
here, I don't even have. But what's it in the negative?
Negative 2,000.
2,000.
And
Yeah, so this is.
all that money goes into
0,000.
putting on jubilation, and then after jubilation,
hopefully it was over.
it goes positive the other one.
Yeah,
But
there's
we,
probably
We're good, though. I mean,
do
everything, kind of come out at the end of the day in a month then?
yes. Every year, the expenses are for show choir
Why not?
really eat up what we're trying to make.
Understand.
Yeah, so I think that gets harder each year. But, you know, obviously, we're gonna be a lot in the positive.
Okay.
What's the difference on like we got the show choir and then below you got the jubilation and everything, and jubilation's like 0,0,0,0,0. Do those relate, or is that like completely separate on the way we do the?
They used to have it separated out more,
So,
and
yeah, we transferred it all into just show choir because
Okay.
it was all getting used, like, both accounts were being used for the same thing, so it's just like,
Well, that's what I was saying, is like, I just kind of like, when I was reading that, day, it's like,
because the whole point of jubilation is to raise money for show choir, it's like
Yeah.
a fundraiser for show choir, so probably 2 or 3 years ago, we just made it in one account.
and we still got the.
It's still showing.
Because we had it in, it stays in, and it
Yeah.
shows up under them.
and to take,
That's the first time I noticed it after all, like, whatever, it's, oh.
and I think to take jubilation out, that's a board action in June, right?
Oh, yeah. To remove it from the,
We can remove it.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure we had good to go for the next coming weeks there, covered. There's money somewhere to get that, I'll keep that ball rolling. Okay. Okay, good, good.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I second it. I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye. All opposed?
Motion passes. All right, going to new business, Shelby?
So February 11th, we had from Sioux City Samurai Martial Arts, they came in to be with second grade for a half hour. So that was kind of fun to pop in there. On the 17th, last week, I attended a data leadership meeting with Teresa Marie and Michelle Helt. They're our literacy and math coordinators. And we just kind of talked about kind of the new direction that MTSS structure, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 instruction is going, and just things that we can implement potentially for next year in PD sessions and what we can do with their interventionists. Then just this past week, or this week, excuse me, on the 24th, our new teachers, they attended their mentoring program in Ottawa. Tomorrow, so Bean Stack is something that we've been talking about, Jay, Allison, Kenny, and I in our foundations meetings, but we're going to switch from accelerated reader, if any of you have kids that are in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. Okay, so we're kind of switching things up a bit. So our TK through 3rd grade, they do pizza for pages. So it's a pages, like reading for pages incentive. And we're kind of switching the focus now with 4th and 6th. Instead of focusing on comprehension quizzes, they're just tracking reading minutes. And what's nice, it's a tool online. So the computer will actually scan the barcode of the book. And then there's a timer where it logs through minutes. There's just a lot of fun incentives that we can do towards that. We feel like with accelerated reader, we're not really building good reading habits. Instead of, a lot of kids are just picking books because they want to get all the AR points to join the party. So switching the incentive of, if a kid really enjoys a book, no matter what the level is or what the points are, they can rate it for pages. So that's something, we're kicking it off tomorrow with our 4th and 6th grade teachers. We have a Zoom with one of the head ladies. We plan on implementing that in Q4. Also, our book vending machine for the elementary building, the foundations committee, they've generously donated that. We're still in the final stages of designing it, and then just figuring out a final placement of where we'll put that on the elementary side. And then Lori Kunkel, she's always here on Mondays, our curriculum director. She's been setting up times to meet with our K through 6 teachers to just figure out what we're using still in our classrooms, what are things that we can continue to order for next year. So getting our orders ready for our curriculums. So it's been good, fast, good. So
How many new teachers do you have in there?
So we have Michaela Bradley Filmon, she's our 3rd grade teacher. Jessica Gables, the SPED teacher for 4th and 6th grade. And then we've got Morgan Miller, which she's been teaching longer than 2 years, so she doesn't go to the mentoring program, but she is new to our district, and she is interventionist. So, yeah.
Thanks, Shelby.
Thank you very much.
All right, well, suppose we'll go to you for Justin.
I was gonna say I could try to read his notes, but I can't read his handwriting. So.
Yeah,
We'll let
hear
Matt
him when
speak.
he comes back.
Yeah.
For Justin, I need to write this. I want to make a note in there. Okay, for Justin, probably this big item right now is we had an air handler go out back in the original boiler system, the whole system, 87 parts. And this air handler that would handle all the hot water to the building. This part has gone out, the motor. So instead of buying the motor, because of how old everything is, they're getting the whole handler. And then with that, the handler's made different because 33 years, whatever it is, a little different sizing and requirements on the outside and this and that and the other side. So Port Neal, is helping retrofit, so the new appliance will go into the old, hoping to have that done through a night weekend process, so it doesn't do anything to our school during the week. But there's always a chance where something may happen, and we might have to call a day just for that. You see it on the news all the time, school districts, having heating problems, and they have to shut down the school for a day, so. But we hate to inconvenience it if it doesn't have to be, so. That's a big thing that he's got going on there. Just the one part was $18,000. But he did try to get more bids, actually, and could not. That's the only company that had them. But it falls under the emergency of schools have the authority, something breaks like that, we're just gonna work to get it fixed and up, right? We don't have to go through the whole process, but he did his due diligence and tried to find a cheaper number, but that unit was 18, and then of course there's gonna be quite a bit of putting it all back together and such. So it'll be over, definitely over 25,000 to get that up and going. I can't remember how many, but he did say there's quite a few of those in the district. It sounds like most of them probably are original, so. That will be very interesting if we have them start every so often going down the line. So, in a nutshell, we just had our physical plant meeting yesterday, I think, and things have been going really good on that end, busy, but good. So I'll just slip into mine, and I'll try to be quick. Shelby talked about our literacy and math coordinators, strategists, or whatever you want to call them, and sharing with West Monona. West Monona wants to make sure that our board is in favor of continuing that next year. Administration is, and teachers, so we don't have to vote now, just letting you know that we're behind it, and I can tell them that we're still behind it. I really wanted to go into this cohort report because I find it fascinating, but I'll let you have it to look at, and I'm really hoping we can do a board workshop sometime where we can take a look at that and just have a few minutes to do some of the things that we feel a little rushed during like these meetings. But when you do open it, just to kind of get a grid on how to read this, ELA is your English language arts, starts with third grade. So when the third graders of 2021, the first time they took their Iowa assessments, they had 46 proficient. They came out of the gates and they were not ready for that assessment, I would say. Because the following year, in 2022, if you slide down that color of tan, I would guess, then they got a 71, which is a lot better. I mean, that's a huge increase. And then they got a 72 in 2023. 2024, they were up to 76. In 2025, they were up to 82. So that is darn good, and it shows each year them getting better. So that's how you read it, and we've got that, math, and then since they only test science a little different, there's only 3 columns of that. But yes.
I was gonna say, yeah, in 2021, that had been coming off of, in 2020, we had COVID and had kids out, and in 2021, so I'm sure there was some effect on that,
They were not
especially
prepared.
for kids that had never taken anything of that before.
Yeah. That was a rough one.
What do you mean? I taught him pretty well.
I didn't have a third grader, so.
I know, at that point.
So when you look at the same class going down to math, they had really the same thing happen, a 54, 47. I mean, because no one ever said that coming out of COVID was only gonna take a year. And then they were 75, 79, 79, so very consistent, close to 80. So that's how you read that, if you wanna look at it. All the grades have something very similar, a story to tell. And what I like to see on that is all of them, you know, one might be a hair off going from an 80, 85 to an 84 in there, but those, there's been improvement since COVID in our Iowa assessments. So that's a very proud thing for our teachers and paras and everyone that has gone to work for the kids. Next on my report is I wanted to put in, we got paperwork for, through the National School Lunch Program that we're able to increase our costs for meals by 4.1%. We don't have to do that now. We have until June to make a decision on that. We probably will, but we want to get some more months in of data to see how we're doing with the new system. And looking at this month, I feel a lot better than I did the month before. So it's just, we need a few more months on there and we'll know what we need to do for school lunch prices. Schedule B generator, had some discussion with board members. Just a really good thing to know, and especially with new board members. How do you pay your coaches? How do you pay your sponsors? What do they get for it? How that's done? Well, this is our Schedule B generator, and this will tell you if we would have a brand new assistant football coach for this year, it'd be $3,097. And if they had 7 years of experience, that position goes all the way over to the right of $4,411. Some of the experienced board members on here may remember that we changed this. There used to be 2 columns and we went to 3. So I don't know if there's anything to be learned through this exactly. I'm not sure what the exact thoughts were, but I like it because you look at that and you go, how many positions is that? I never stopped to count them. That's a lot of people, a lot of things going on at the school. And that always blows me away. But, you know, for the sheer amount of work that you do, let's say for a musical or a madrigal down there, you know, the extra pay for that is for a new person, $2,460. Obviously, they're not going to get rich, but it's the labor of love, and that gives you guys an idea of what that looks like and how we come up with that.
The percent of base of what? Base
That's our base
of what?
of what we pay the teachers.
Okay.
So the base package.
So their existing base 42,418.
And that is not exact, because sometime way before me, they took the base and they added money onto the activity base
But
to
this,
bring them up. So we just go by that every year, and as our base changes, so do the activity. So that's how that works. So I thought that was a good thing to bring up.
does this all this come out of the same fund as teachers' fund?
General fund,
General
yeah.
fund.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good question. I'm gonna skip down to the next link. The Woodbury County Supervisors sent us some information on changes to the district taxes with the new overpass. Feel free to read it. Good luck.
It's a good read.
It's a good read.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun. Found out today, through word of mouth, that they will be replacing the bridge east of Hornick on 141 in 2031. So all of our bus routes coming
East of Warren?
east of Hornick, that first one.
The first one.
So all that traffic's gonna have to go up and over and down through Hornick, adding 20 minutes onto each of those routes that come out of there. So in 2031, we kind of have to have it planned that we're gonna have to add a route throughout there because both those routes are right at an hour. We can't add any more on there. So, and they're just talking half a year. They didn't have any dates, but they are taking public input on that until March 8th. So I put a little thing in as superintendent because if there's a way that they have to figure out to somehow not bypass all the way up there, they can create a bypass for
How long is it supposed to take?
buses.
Did they ever?
I think it said spring to winter.
You can't do it in summer.
That's terrible.
Always doing it.
I mean,
Well,
You can just.
Harvest.
yeah, I'm not even thinking about teaching.
yeah, so,
That's not good.
and I could be wrong on that. No, I put it in here, spring to fall. So maybe that is summer, but you know it's gonna hit.
We think they'd start this summer. Well, we all wish that.
You have some.
And here's the other thing. I'd like to see if it only takes 6 months.
Yeah,
That's,
So it's not gonna.
it'll be,
Is that's a county deal then, isn't it? That means, it isn't
Yeah.
a state deal, it's a county deal.
Woodbury County, so. And I, as a person that drives buses over all those bridges,
Yeah,
they're gonna replace it, thank goodness, but timing is not great, but yeah, I have the link there, put in your public opinion till March 8th.
There you go, Seth.
Well, you gotta have a bridge, but no matter what time, it is gonna be good.
Yeah, it's time to do that, what do you do, one main, one.
Wanted to put some information in, we need to, state has us that everybody needs to have a work-based coordinator within the district. I've been talking to several districts around of how to share one of those. Sergeant Bluff, I've been talking north and I've been talking south. On the north side, Sergeant Bluff has really started calling people to try to get interest in it and get something housed out of the AEA for us so we can have sharing money. So it wouldn't be a cost to the district, but we would still have someone. And north seems good to me because not all these districts need their own works-based coordinator. So we would have one person for those districts that would go to Port Neal and say, we'd like to do some job shadowing. How many spots? What weeks can we do it? What are the requirements? How can we get people in there? And then you've got students from Hinton, Lon Bronson, Sergeant Bluff, and Westwood would be able to go, that are interested in that, would be able to go in there. And, there are so many different facets of ag economy or HVAC in the metro. I think it'd be a good opportunity for our kids to be able to see a lot of that. So we're working on that. I'll have more information for you later. Okay, we are removing the school building insurance for our projects. That has gone over to fully covered. And we haven't received the numbers on that yet, but they're in the process of switching that over and getting those to us. I've sent information to them, square footage, this, that, and the other thing. So we're working on that. So that'll be in the near future. If you would like to look at the football track, bathroom protectors, Got a couple links for you in there. The first one shows you what it's gonna look like on a big scale. The second one shows you the actual design it'll be. And those are in production. And that again is so when people are opening the bathroom doors, they don't see urinals or anything like that. It'll be blocked off.
Seems real, it's not a problem.
A little information in there about the new playground and one to remind, when we originally looked at this with our thought process of using a bond for it, we were using a guesstimate number of $523,000. Obviously, we don't have a bond, so we can't do everything. We want to see what we can do and have a good playground for the kids. And so the playground committee looked at designs. I took that to a company and we're working on that process to see what we can get going. There has not been a week that we haven't had to close the old equipment down this winter because something busts, sometimes twice a week. And then, I was out there for recess today and it's back up and going and the kids are on it and they're running. So I know some kids would like something like that they have because they really enjoy that aspect of running across the bridge and going to the other side. And all those things elementary students do. So we're working on that and gonna try to get something that seems feasible that we can do and take that out of Pebble to get it done. The preschool playground, in the process of this, we had a company come in that has been here before, and we tested out the preschool playground, and it's in rough shape. It needs to be done. So that was not what we wanted to hear. But as soon as I walked out there and you open up that photo, you can tell from the tiles that they're done. And so they need replaced. So I've got 2 bids coming on that. I hope to have it for March so that can be done for sure, positive this summer.
Yeah.
And I could have added more pictures of where there's gaps and it's concrete underneath. So when you have a gap of this much and their little feet are this much and falling in it and twisting and all that jazz. New design, nothing earth shattering to show you right now. I hope by March, or if we have a workshop before then, to show you a few things. Really working with the architects right now to what could we do to get our front secured as soon as possible so we're not sitting on a liability. All the windows here need replaced. The wind goes right through them. They're original. Bike-wise, it only takes something to hit them and, someone can come through. As well as getting our entrances locked down like we want. And using our existing square footage that we already have built and just kind of redesigning that a little bit and keeping within the time or within the expenses that it would cost for what we already have in our save bond that we did before that we used for the projects of football and baseball. So it looks a lot different than what we were looking at. It doesn't solve all the problems, all the issues, but it does do the main concern of securing the front, which is a priority.
Are you still using the same contractors? to
Yeah.
do the Design?
Yeah,
Still using TB or?
yep. There were, and it's been very minimal. That's why because they're not on contract for it or anything.
Yeah.
We're just trying to get a feel right now. Can we do this? And if so, then we'll turn that into a lot more, real quick, probably. It'll be pretty darn quick. So that's what we're doing there. And next, like to see this, sign that we've got cooked in the works for the football track building.
Well, I won't take a lot of time because we won't just discuss it quick here, but we've been working on this a long time. I got a pic of, this is going on the new, not going, this is a new proposal that, Jay took pictures of it and sent to put the same logo pretty much that's on the school, that's on the gym, on that out there, and then put lights on it. You can look at that. And then I'll take these back, if this isn't a done deal. And then it don't get easy. This is, I guess, I got something here.
Oh, really?
It's you're gonna get what you pay for on this deal. I mean, as far as it's kind of a spending deal, I don't know what the plan is here, but I went with what I was asked to do or what I thought was good to go here. To look at, we've been working on this for, like you say, a long time. I've been working with some the same people on the lighting that I'm working with at Freedom Park. The same designer, electrical guy that puts lights on the stuff at Freedom Park. And so he's been very generous with his time and working with me on this deal. But anyway, this is what it would look like. What we would do is take and cut letters out of steel. We have to mount them, and then we got to mount lights on the back of them. And then we'd have Darwin or Glover, and I got a hold of Glover, and they would paint this on the steel that we cut. Okay, and that gets mounted, and then the lights go behind that, and we also can light the back of that with LEDs that will be bold behind the letters, and they will also be blue, bold and blue. So that's kind of what we started, and there's some pictures that we put in there. These are kind of generic drawings. You can see what it would look like at night. You would see that from Casey's. So that's kind of where we're at. As far as the cost, I don't know. I put that in there, and that's all. I would furnish a lot of it. You can take some of that down. And you can do less stuff. As far as you don't have to light it, you can light it other ways. You can do it. There's hundreds of ways to do it, but this is top of the line. This is something nobody else would have. That's where I like to start. And but the design, the design and just the fabrication would be 4,800, and that's on the light side, but that's what we would do. The LED lights are alone, and it's Grace Lighting. They're out of Iowa City. That's who I'm working with, or that's who I've asked to help do this if it goes through. Here's the cost of that. That's just what it costs, and that's what I have on there. It's a few $100s more because of what he quoted, because there's a lot of, we still got some blue sky to figure out, but there's the quote for that. Glover Painting, I met with him. He does a lot of work here. He knows what to do. I met with him at our office there for a couple hours there. We went through this, and that's exactly what he would charge to do this, or less. That's exactly the number he gave me. And then to install it would be that, around 3,000, and for labor, but I would furnish all the equipment so you can take that off. But this is the ballpark. We can discuss it later, but this is where I'd like to propose that this is what it would look like on that building. And we went through the measurements. It's 30 feet, and the reason it's 30 feet long. It takes up the whole front of that building. It's 31 feet long, or 30 feet long, and 6 feet tall. So and each one of them letters is 3 foot. So there's a lot of busyness that goes on behind that. It weighs about 300 pounds. And then the next page is the lighting of what we got to do to make all them lights go on that. light up light it up. This is the back view of that. And then all the lights, the takes, the footages and the leads and we worked it out. So we could use the 110 socket that's up there. That is, we're going to use that. Get everything come to center so we don't have to do any new wiring. It'll all come to the center, use that sockets is there. So it's just it's a busy deal to make it all come together, but that's what it's kind of where we're at. But so the views, these pictures of what it on the front pages, that's what we want. That's the goal of what it would look like. We fill that whole thing. And if on each side of that, there's another nice big space that the guy can put sponsors or utilize that somewhere on each side of that space. And I don't know, it could be permanent sponsors, whatever you want. They can put money towards this, or you could change them out. You could put brackets up on each side. So, you know, for so much money a year, you put your logo here and then you take it down and put it to somebody else's logo or whatever. That's down the road. That's different, but this is the logo. You can do what you want with it. You could just put, you wouldn't have to be lit. You know, the front of it's lit now, but it's off the roof. These lights will be behind and show up. So you can just, I don't know, Jay, tell me what to do from here, I guess, or just visit about it. And then we'll bring it back after you guys decide.
Yeah, we're just visiting and Dan wants to
Yeah.
make sure it gets
Yes.
a head nod, keep working on this. It looks good direction. Any
Yeah.
comments, changes or thoughts? I just want to make sure if someone's driving off the viaduct
Oh,
at the interstate, they can be able to see it.
Put sunglasses on when you
a
come in through.
3-foot letter is visible. You got, if you look up charts, when they advertise along the interstate, you know, the size of the letter is how far you can see it and how fast you can see it going by. And I don't remember what that was, but I know this is here, you can drive by pretty fast, it'd be a long way away. But that's how they do the size of the letter. The 3-foot letter is a big letter. And that's kind of what we've been working on, and I just want, you know, that we're moving on it, or we're working on it, if that's what you want to do. And so, you know, when you let me know. You could keep these, but I just didn't want it out it's just discussion right now. That's the only reason. If you want the pictures, I guess you could, but the dollars and cents you should probably keep until we decide what's going on. But that's up to you. You can do, I just want to keep everybody on the same page and on this deal, even just a concept at this point. But at night, I think with that 2-color deal, see that the light blue. If you look at this, the light blue is what the dark is what is the metal or is painted, and that light blue is lights. The light blue is lights. Light blue. That's lights you see on the building. And then obviously the yellow above that. So you got to divide that. You got to put a piece of something beside that so the yellow don't get with the blue. So it's a busy thing to make.
Is it like time?
If we can do that, if we can put it, no, it would be probably a photo cell.
Okay.
Or time, I guess.
Photo cell thing.
Yeah, yeah, there's, when we do stuff like that, there's a lot of, it's a design build pretty much.
Yeah.
When you do things like this, you get a number, and you start up here, and then you try to work down, but, you know, it's the way you do it, because if you start low and then if you find something, well, this is just the way we do it, start up here and try to make it work. Want it to be nice. I like the wow factor on stuff to do or stuff for school. Yeah. So anyway, that's all I got for now. And I got all the paperwork. Anybody want to see any of it? But, that's where we're at. Okay? All right.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah.
All right, ready to do some action items?
Oh, we're gonna go back to.
Oh, yes.
No, okay. Thanks, Matt.
Just did a quick Enrollment in September, we were at 285. On February 24th, 7/12 was 280. We had 4 graduate midterm and 1 student transferred, so that's the difference there. Started our intervention groups with our high school students. Math is an area of concern, so the things that we're looking at implementing in the elementary and in the high school, hopefully that'll rectify the deficiencies of our students there. Mr. Lett and myself met with the Salix Fire Department, talking about doing a junior firefighter program. Just wanted to make sure, the school was on board with if a student had to leave and such and all that. So they're getting some paperwork drafted that we'll look at, and hopefully we get some kids committed to back to their hometowns, being civic minded. Worked on writing our district service plan for SPED with the State Department. Intensive plan for making sure we're crossing our T's and dotting our I's. We've had a couple of meetings, Justin and I, with Daniel about jubilation. Seems to be things are headed in the right direction. Wrapped up winter sports last night. Started guidance counselor interviews. We've had 2 of them. We had 5 applicants. I started with the 2 people that are currently doing the job and wouldn't be a totally new assignment for them. So we'll reconvene as an interview team and discuss more. And if we need to open it up, interview more people, but good candidates, and glad that went because I'm afraid we'd get no applicants. So. Other than that, a lot of sickness going around.
Still?
What's the feel? Do they sound like they're interested after interviewing, or they're
Yeah, they're
"Oh,
both.
well,
No, they're
thanks for
both.
interviewing us.
They both. If we offered, they both would take it.
Good.
Yeah.
Bringing kids to the district in a cast.
All right, well, thanks, man.
Yep.
Thank you.
Now we can do action.
Always in a rush. For board policy, the ISB had some that we needed to redo. 407.05, we are already current on, so we don't need to do those. So those policies down there that I'm presenting are 202.02, the 406.05, oath of office is the first one, licensed employee group benefits, and taxes shelter program is the next one. I just got that up there a few days ago because I was waiting for Ashley to get back to look at that one. That policy really made a difference from what we had in before, so that was good. Licensed employee reduction in force, as some of the legal language has been changed, as well as it seems each year the open enrollment language changes, and then requests for improvements also. And I've got the reasons for each one from IASB and then our draft policies. So this is the first reading, motion for that. And then you have all month to read them again, see if any changes or anything you notice on them, and we'll approve them again.
I'll make a motion to approve the first reading of the presented policies.
I'll second it.
All right, we have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. All right, moving to resignations.
We have one resignation of Caitlin Butters for junior high track. And as I was sitting and playing with her 7-month-old, I can duly understand why she wants to spend time there after school.
I'll make a motion to approve the resignation of Caitlin Butters as junior high track coach.
Second. We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Hiring,
Okay, we probably want to make two motions out of this because
I guess I'm gonna need that
that way,
for the first one.
we've got Todd Reeder for assistant track coach for throwers. And then Nora Kastning, who is our current high school assistant basketball coach for girls, the junior high assistant girls.
Did you fill out a resume?
I asked Cass if I needed to do anything.
It's on a napkin, man.
Okay.
I wasn't very formal even in my email, I just thought, hey Cass, what do I need to do? Nobody else is doing that, better have somebody.
I'll make a motion to make Todd Reeder the assistant track coach.
I'll second.
all right, we have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion passes.
I gotta do it.
Nora,
I'll make a motion to approve the contract for junior high assistant girls coach for Nora Casting.
I can second that.
all right, I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion passes. All right, we got, consider budget guaranteed resolution.
Sending a little information about this out previously for the new board members. We do this each year. They tell you to do it each year whether you have declining enrollment or not. We had a slight decline, so we will do it. It just keeps our budget at 101% of the current year. In this, the board president will read it, and then we'll have a first and a second. Yeah.
All right, resolve.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Resolve that the board of directors of Westwood Community School District will levy property taxes for fiscal year 2026, 2027 for the regular program budget adjustments as allowed under section 25 or 257.14 Code of Iowa.
I'll second. No, I'll motion it. So that way doing.
Yeah, motion.
Yes.
I second that.
All right. Yeah, we got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. All right, so at-risk and potential dropout identification process.
2 months ago, we did this for the 25-26 school year, and now we need to do it for the 27 fiscal year. So, same thing as we did before, same plan, just a motion. We have to send the board minutes to the state saying we did it for next year too.
I move to approve the 26-27 at-risk dropout plan as presented.
I'll second
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. All right, consider AEA service agreement amendment.
This is beginning to annoy me, probably more than it annoys you, but every time we do something with the AEA, we have to redo this. Elementary worked with the numeracy project, that therefore $922 I need the board to approve and board president to sign the papers allowing that to happen.
I'll make a motion to approve the AEA service agreement amendment 1.1.
I second that.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. All right, consideration of purchasing a used 12-person van.
Okay. So, again, my recommendation is to use CNC Auto Works if we're going to get another one of these. They've got a 23 Ford Transit, less than 30,000 miles on it. The base price is at $39,842. If we want to wrap it like we did the last one, it's $1,500, total of $41,340. I did look, they do have a 24 that we could go with. That one has 31,000 miles on it. And then the price was a little different on that one. I tried looking, it was much harder this time to look for 12-person vans, just like the F-350. But I found one in New Jersey, higher. Obviously, we don't want to go get it. Cherokee had one for basically 42,000, just for the van, 39,000 miles. That was pretty close. Carvana only had one, 70,000 miles. Greg Young in Omaha had one, 23 with 52,000 miles, 34,500. But I'm always used car kind of a sucker for getting the lower miles if I can.
Yeah, that 24 is like a lot of miles.
What?
Yeah, rather than newer.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, for the Great Young, I mean, it's got 52,000 miles on it.
Oh.
34,000. So, I mean, it's a little cheaper, but
What's the one, did you just buy?
I kind of like the 24 with 31,000 miles on it. You know, the year minutes or whatever.
I've been, it ain't got hardly any more miles.
Yeah, no.
So didn't we just buy one from the guy that you recommended?
Yeah, yeah.
And that- Is that the CSC?
And this is the same guy.
But the rest of the cars below this or somebody else?
Or just bids, yeah, that I tried to get,
But
try to compare.
Oh, and you compare those to that CNC Auto Works. These are, the
Yeah.
rest of these aren't from CNC.
Right.
Oh, Great Young, obviously. But
Yeah.
Okay.
All those are different companies.
Wonder why you got the 24 cheaper, really.
Because
The
it
miles
has,
were just,
has the same miles. I mean, it's probably high miles for a 24. It's probably why.
Yeah.
And so that's,
Newer.
that CNC Auto has those top two then?
Yeah, they have top two.
we kept 23,
Oh, are the bells and whistles the same, or are they?
but no miles on it.
DOJ, are like the bells and whistles on both of those pretty much the same with being a year apart, or
Yeah, that's,
is,
The 23 and 24,
yeah,
yeah,
they're the
Pretty
same?
much same
they're
features.
the same. I say that because the one we got from them last month had a few extra bells and whistles that these don't have. But you don't normally get school vehicles with heated seats. We just kind of lucked out. Everybody will want that one in the winter.
I am good with it. 24, 23.
We gotta vote on that then?
Mhm. Yeah,
It looks like-
pick one
I read this.
if we are gonna do.
Yeah.
And this will put our fleet at, we'll have 4 of these Ford vans, and we'll have them, hopefully all ready to go. I don't think it'll be a problem. We're gonna have a busy, track golf. JD Golf uses them a lot. All the seasons coming out,
So
so.
I just got rid of that Chevy.
And we got rid of the Chevy van.
We're good.
18 $18,800, and we have the check, it's been deposited.
I'd say with the same company, that CNC, pick one of those, I guess.
And you preference the 24? Is that what you're saying?
Well,
Did you see pictures of both of them?
Yeah.
No.
That's,
yeah.
They're both like.
They look the same. Yeah, they look both awesome inside. They really do. Just like this one that we got. I guess from the miles, I was talking about that Great Young one had 52,000 miles. It was cheaper, but it was 52,000 miles where these are both at
It's got 2,000.
around 30,000 miles. That 24, 23,000 mile difference between the two.
Okay.
And then when you get to that, I don't know, like kind of always go for newer.
I'd say the 24.
24.
I think I go for, I was thinking, I just saying to Jeff, I think I go for the 24, just because it's a year coverage. I know it's got, it's $1,500 difference in the price basically. And it, but it's got, but it does have $2,000 or 2,000 miles, not quite 2,000.
Not even.
The year newer to me makes sense.
I agree.
So I will make a motion that we buy the 2024 Ford Transit with the 31,064 miles on it and get it wrapped for the base price, or for the total price of $39,775.
I second that.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. My favorite part.
Is it, before we, I didn't, kind of was in a hurry here, because I thought everybody was in a hurry here, but should I continue on this deal then? I mean, like the design and what we're doing?
Yeah.
Agree.
Okay,
Jay,
and
you
then
wanna
that's a
ask
match,
about
I mean, I'll
next
tell you
month?
what I can do.
Quick.
Well, Dan, what will you,
Need
some of that?
Yeah.
Will be shaved off? Like-
Oh, yeah,
I did,
Oh, yeah.
figured that's what.
Oh, yeah. I just put it in there, yeah, absolutely.
Looks good.
And then, I don't know, no, I just, okay.
Yeah, that looks great.
So,
You know what,
our next scheduled meeting, third Wednesday, Todd is gonna be gone. And so we're just, is anyone else gonna be gone during that time?
what day's that on?
Should we?
March?
March 18th,
18th.
it's the Wednesday.
I should be. I think.
Is there, are you back the next week?
Yeah, it's the one grandson's birthday that weekend, and we're actually gonna fly down to St. Louis and go to a testing for my daughter's wedding on the caterer on Wednesday, and then fly from St. Louis to St. George, Utah on Thursday for the birthday party that weekend, and we'll be back. But like I said, I don't know for sure what time the testing is. I probably can get on with more if that's.
Do you want
Go to the 25th?
Yeah, do you want to wait and kind of make that determination to see how, I mean, it's hard for me to see, like, if we want to adjust it.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, 'cause I can.
We'll wait a
adjust
little
it.
longer.
Yeah, let's just make that decision.
What is Easter? I know it's on a Sunday, but what's Sunday?
Fifth,
Are we getting if we go like?
April 5th is
It's Easter.
So,
So then the week before that would be like Monday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, we discussed it.
Yeah, I think you kind of determined a couple
We'll
weeks.
look a little
I don't
closer
know.
to it, but
I think that's a big one.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll check it then.
All right, got a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes.
So if we go to the 25th, that's not so whatever.